What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodzy, and this is your sports show for Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. This is brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. I mean, go check them out. They have a beautiful showroom. They have all kinds of awesome American-made furniture. They have a great selection of mattresses, sofas, recliners, everything you can imagine. Northwest Furniture and Mattress. They want to make you comfortable in your own home. The show today, let's talk about EOU volleyball real quick. 2 more wins this weekend. The polls come out tomorrow. I'm imagining they're going to move up from number 4 to number 3 in the country. It's awesome. Miley Mills was the CCC Defender of the Week again. And Alexis McMurtry was the CCC Setter of the Week for the 4th time, 3rd time in a row this season. Oh man, this volleyball team's good. It's homecoming weekend this weekend. Go check out EOU volleyball and EOU football. Speaking of EOU football, big road win, 28-3 against Montana State University Northern in Haver. And I mean, they're kind of back on track. They've only given up, I think, 16, 17 points in the last 3 weeks. They're 2-1 in the Frontier Conference, which is awesome. They started the season rough, 0-4, and they've won 2 in a row. Here's my weekly talk with EOU head football coach Tim Camp.
What's up, Dozzy? You ready to rock? Let's go.
Coming off of another big win this weekend at MSU Northern, 28-3. One of the cool things that I was looking at some numbers this morning. Numbers don't really matter to me much.
Right.
But in the last 3 weeks, we've only given up 16 points as opposed to the first 3 weeks where we gave up 129.
Yeah,
there's a big difference.
Yeah, our defense is playing well, but I think we're playing complementary football with each other, and I think that's even a bigger notice to me is that, yeah, we had the ball quite a bit the first 3 weeks, but we weren't scoring points, as many points as we should have, more explosive plays. In this game here, I really believe that overall we controlled the entire game, right? Which was awesome, and really in all phases of it, right? The penalties, the turning the ball over, the missed tackles, those things got to be cleaned up. It don't matter who you play. So there's still some of those things that are kind of rearing their ugly head a little bit. But at the same time, when you look at how many points that we've given up over the course of the last 3 games, there's definitely improvement in there, right? Although you look at this and how I look at it is that should have been another shutout, right? It took a little bit of time. But at the same time, credit the defense, and really we had 2 touchdowns called back, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're sitting there going, I mean, this could have been, and that's the one thing that I want to get to the point of where we don't have to get on here and talk about, well, we should have did this, could have did this, because that's not who I am, right? We built this football program 18 years ago based on to be able to withstand and overcome and not make the mistakes to keep people in the game. Right. So, we had some big plays and on both sides and some really key stops, but at the same time, to be able to execute right in every phase is going to be super important, especially with who you got coming in here. Now you're back in with the Carroll College, a top 10 team coming into town. So again, being able to do some good things, I could always find something good that we're doing, right? But there's also some execution issues that I can't live with, right? Giving the ball away, right, in key situations where that's just lack of focus, right? So those are the things that we're going to be working on. We already started yesterday. We're cleaning those things up to go out there and put our best foot forward and to be able to go win this homecoming game. What a big deal. It's homecoming. Let's go.
It's homecoming week. That was going to be my next question, actually, was the two touchdowns that got called back. But the people that are standing out to me, Quincy's really coming into his own.
Hey,
he really is.
He is really being able to see the field. He's being able to control the offense. He's still missing a few things here and there, but from week 1 to where he's at right now, he has complete control of what he does. Now we just got to make sure that he is hitting the things and going through the progressions. But at the same time, very pleased with where he's at. He's going to be a fine quarterback here.
Yeah, the other one that stood out on offense for me the last couple of weeks is Malachi Spurrier. He's
Yeah,
been
well, it's awesome because we're not just targeting Malachi. We're going through the progressions, right? They're covering other things down, and on the first touchdown on 3rd and 6, Willie comes across and we set a pick, right? Well, guess what? Malachi gets it, and instead of just going for 6 to 8 yards, he houses it, right? Because that's what those explosive plays are designed to do, And at the same time, yeah, I've been really pleased with Mal, just being able to do the things that he does. But even in a bigger picture, we're going through our progressions, and those type of things are happening. We're not forcing balls, and I think that those type of things are just a key sign of progress being built within our offense.
Yeah, well, and that could be any one of a number of receivers. We have that's definitely our strongest position in my eyes.
Well, we have talented guys. We got big guys. We got inside receivers. We got scatty guys. We got some guys that can stress some things. The one thing that we got to continue to work on, and over the last 2 games, we have built given Quincy more time in the pocket, and that's kind of designed with the protections, but it's also designed to have a little bit of grit about you when you're an offensive lineman, right? You're being able to lock some people down and be able to give your quarterback some time so he can get through his progressions, and I think that those things are key moving forward. So you got to continue to do those things.
Yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, it was nice to see Shuckle show up.
Yeah, that's not his best game. No. I think that there's probably about 4 or 5 plays that he would want back. To be able to get those sacks. To be able to do the things that I know that he's capable of doing. But again, we saw glimpses. It can happen. He was there. Now we just got to finish the plays. Yeah. So, but as an overall D line, right, to be able to do some of the things that we were able to do. But at the same time, not just how do I put this? In the Rocky game, everybody's flying to the ball, right? Arizona Christian, everybody's flying to the ball. One of the things that I noted to the team on Sunday was, hey guys, we have 1 or 2 guys over here tackling. We have 3 or 4 guys kind of in the mix. For us and our style of defense and our style of play, you got to gang tackle. That's who we are. That's our identity. That's what we want to be, right? So it's got to be 11 guys as one in there, making sure, because they did have some off tackle stuff on us, right? And they set the edge on us, and we were able to do some things to help that out. And don't credit him; he's a big back. He did a really, really nice job. But at the same time, 1 or 2 guys, he's going to carry you, carries for 1 or 2 yards, right? But if you have 5, 6, 7 guys, he ain't going nowhere, right? Nowhere. So it's continue that mentality of, hey, we got to gang tackle, we got to get to the ball, right? So again, those are things that we already started working on again, right? We got to continue to emphasize what we want, and we'll be able to get those things.
If you had to pick one thing about this last Saturday, what was the one thing that we did best?
I think that the kids in the second half played together as a team. Again, trying to really focus up, because the game's in control, but they, again, making some big plays and some key stops and playing good complementary football was awesome. But I think one of the things that being able to play together as a team was awesome at the very end. But I think one of the key things is when the offense turned the ball over, right? And really, we just gave it away. And for the defense to come out there and get a key stop, right? And be able to go out there and, hey, that's their job. And it wasn't, oh, here we go again. It was, hey, that's our job. We're going to do our job to the best of our ability. And guess what? They stopped them. I mean, and it was expected of them. And I think that's why that's a good sign of what we're trying to get accomplished here.
Right. Tough 0-4 start, but we're right in the mix right now. We're 2-1 in conference.
The thing about it is every team across the country, there's going to be a winner and a loser, right? We didn't want to start out 0-4, not at all. But at the same time, what you got to do, if you have an unwavering doubt and belief in what you're doing, right, and how the process works, then, I've been doing this long enough to, hey, you know what, those things are going to happen, but how are you going to respond? You don't want to react. Those are what kids react, right? Adults actually figure out what the problems are, and then we go to work on those things. And again, being able to coach and being able to do the things, with a limited staff, to be able to get these things going in the right direction. I'm super happy about the last 2 games. I'm focused on the next one now. You got to continue to move on, right? Win, lose, or draw. You got to get yourself up and you got to get going. I mean, that's the nature of the beast.
Absolutely. Speaking of the next one, this Saturday, homecoming, Carroll. What are you telling the guys to get them ready?
Hey, we don't lose homecoming. I mean, that's we've got to be able to build this from the past and bring it back where the expectations are super high, and to be able to say, hey, you know what, we got so much going on this week. We got to create the atmosphere, because again, when everybody gets here, all the alumni get back, we want to put that product on the field that's not just competing, but a product on the field that's there to win the game. I want everybody in the stands to know our intention is to win the game by the way that we play, not by how we talk, right? And again, that's got to be gang tackling. That's got to be a physical brand of football. We got to find a run game. These guys are good in the box, right? So what are we going to do and how are we going to do it? There's going to be some good, there's going to be some bad, but at the end of the day, how are we going to respond? Not react. I mean, it's a 4-quarter football game, so we're going to give them everything that we got. Yeah. And we might even get a little fun stuff going for some of the crowd.
So for homecoming, this game against Carroll, I think they're number 10 in the country.
They're number 7. They're number 7.
So they moved up to number 7.
I'm a national ranker. I've been ranking these guys. I've been ranking these guys in the top 6 for the last 4 weeks. I think they're a very good football team.
So the locker room Saturday before the game.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that these guys really need to focus on to get?
I think just be themselves. Go out and play our style of football, right? It's not going to take anybody doing anything out of character, right? It's staying within our system, being able to make your play when the play's there. Okay. Again, it's my old saying. Hey, you get the ball to the playmakers in place and let them make plays, right? Hey, defensively, hey, make sure again that you're doing your job, not somebody else's job, because that's going to create. Carroll is a very good team about waiting on somebody to make a mistake, right? And then they capitalize, right? So again, those are the things. Just do you, right? And do it to the best of your ability and give great effort. I mean, that's what we've been preaching here, effort and making sure that you're doing your job. That's all that I really ever need.
Yeah, absolutely. Eastern Oregon homecoming this Saturday, 1 o'clock, Community Stadium. He's EOU head football coach Tim Camp. I'm Dodsey. I appreciate you, Coach Camp.
Let's go, Dodsey. Let's get after this weekend.
Thanks, Coach Camp. I appreciate you. Let's go this weekend. Homecoming against Carroll, 1 o'clock, Community Stadium. You guys go support these Mounties. They work hard. They're a good team. And they got a chance to make a little bit of noise here in this Frontier Conference. None of this is possible without Northwest Furniture and Mattress. I mean, go check out their showroom. Like I said before, it's absolutely beautiful. The Daggett family does a lot for the community, especially around sports. They support. So go support them. Big Red Rocking Chair on Elm, off Adams, in LeGrand, Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Go check them out. Eastern Oregon. That's all I got for you on a Tuesday. I appreciate you. I'm Dodsey, and I'm out.